Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to the Bret Hart series featuring Hitman matches from Canada Fire Pro Wrestling. Click the link in the description for full episodes. Watch now as the best there is, the best there was, and the best there ever will be excellently executes. DFW tag as the two Canadian members of Sharpshooter Syndicate, the Hitman, the Canadian Sensation, will again defend against Team Owens, who have held this title before. So again, it'll be Canadian Captain against Canadian Captain. The Tag Team Championship. Which will be challenged for by Team Owens, Mr. Stoic emerging first, followed by Just Keep Fighting, KO, Kevin Owens. And they've been DFW champions once before. Can they do it a second time? They'll be facing the freshly record-setting 3 title defenses in one reign. Dramatic Fight Wrestling Tag Champions. The 2 Canadian members of Sharpshooter Syndicate. Establishing stability for this championship with a long reign. At least by the standards of this belt. It's all relative, isn't it? Long compared to what? How do you know if something's long if you don't have something that is comparatively short? Anyway, eye rake by the Hitman. Goes for a clothesline, almost levels Mr. Stoic there. Stoic probably caught a breeze there off that clothesline, barely. Avoided getting clubbed by it. Body slam. Kevin Owens comes back with an eye rake of his own. Drop toe hold. Followed by an arm drag. Some excellence of execution by Bret Hart to keep the bigger man off balance, who give way to the Canadian Sensation, who will not get his hands on, well, he will get his hands on Kevin Owens. As originally expected, Mr. Stoic very politely waiting his turn to get in there. Overpowering with a test of strength followed by the clubbing blow. Spinning sidekick. Mr. Stoic going a little Van Damme there. Now the vertical suplex. The Sensation has been a little befuddled since coming in here. As Team Owens seems to have a solid game plan. Stoic flips out of that vertical suplex predicament. Kicks the man in the back. Rolls the man up, but a sensational kick out. Back body drop into the torture grind. Now the Sensation finally putting some moves together. Only to have the guy he was working well against tag out. Neck breaker, however. Rude neck breaker. And the Sensation figures, well, things are going to go against me like that. I might as well tag out as well. As the 2 team captains locked up again. Another body slam. Bret Hart using the big man's weight against him. Running elbow drop there. Trading strikes across the Lit Cola main sponsor logo. ducks under the clothesline, deftly ducks under the clothesline. Does Bret Hart, and then they work together, Sharpshooter Syndicate, on the assisted powerbomb. And there we have 2-on-1 team up over in the challenger corner as well. On the vertical suplex out of the ring, KO is out in pursuit. Eats a rude neck breaker on the outside.
6, 7, 8,
Palm strike.
9, 10.
Some sensational striking there, but it's broken up with authority there. DDT. Sensation getting out of there, tagging out Hitman in there, and they will work a double back suplex. Their teamwork by Sharpshooter Syndicate. Attacking the legs now. Chop. Bret Hart brazenly trying to take on both members of Team Owens. Not the best plan normally to go 1 against 2. As we had the assisted powerbomb. Dropping down. How about that for some agility by KO? Headlock and so forth, softening his fellow Canadian up before he gives way to his cousin. The Stoic's not able to follow up as Bret Hart wisely gets out of there, gets tagged out, get the fresh man in. Seen a lot of smart, timely tagging in this match. Guys knowing when it's best to trade off, get the other guy in. Both these pairs have a decent amount of experience teamed up. Palm strike up against Stoic as he's leaning up against the champion's turnbuckle. DDT into the blue corner, setting up the rolling backsplash. More good teamwork exhibited by Team Owens, the challengers. More top rope action going for the pinfall. 2 count only. Hart was in there to make the save. Wasn't necessary as it turned out. But polite of him to want to rescue his partner just in case. What was that Samoan drop? Rips the smaller man with a clothesline. Now booting his way through champions. Series of strikes. Before tagging in cousin. Swinging neck breaker. The numbers game. On and about Hart, although he does uncork a vertical suplex amidst all that. Not about to be bullied. He blocks the turnbuckle. Turnbuckle move. Monkey flip. Here's some old school for you. Don't see too many monkey flips in today's wrestling. Body slam. Elbow drop. Pudding moves in combination. Clothesline. Bret Hart thoroughly setting up Mr. Stoic to be exploited by the sensation, but Stoic lands a move and immediately gets out of there. Another smart tag. Knee to the face. And Owens tries to go to work. The sensation escapes. Hey. All right, cool. Flying elbow off the top rope. Hitman. My brother just distracted me, but what's fun about that is Bret Hart, I think, was his favorite wrestler when he was watching years ago. Running elbow drop. Sidewalk slam, throwing the big man's weight around. Reeling. It's Kevin Owens, and he gets exploited with a side Russian leg sweep. .5 minutes now. The match has matured. We've seen a lot of mature tag action, actually. A lot of good double teams. Sensational snap suplex. Smart teamwork, smart tagging. Got two pretty accomplished teams here in terms of understanding the nuances of tag wrestling. And the winner will parade off with gold. Whose Halloween will be dramatic in a good way. Rescuing his partner from some sort of fireman's carry, clothesline, and then while Sensation needs a bit of time to recover, Bret Hart is working over Mr. Stoic. Side Russian leg sweep. Sensation was going to have to get out of there anyway, being non-legal, but he was vulnerable there, it looked like. Vertical suplex out of the ring, and Sharpshooter Syndicate is going to work outside 2 against 1. The Unprettier, a little bit of a shout out, maybe the homage there to a fellow Canadian. Sensation channeling Christian there. Oh, Kevin Owens went for a steel chair. We saw how well that worked out for Matt Gibson. Maybe not a good idea in a title match. Meanwhile, we're back in the ring. Wouldn't that have been a hell of a thing if we had double vertical suplex out of the ring? If we had both dramatic fight wrestling championship matches settled by a DQ. Bret Hart going for a chair, okay. Both Canadian captains not minding seeking out a foreign object. Sharpshooter applied on the outside. If you were watching the inside of the ring, direct your attention outside. The Sharpshooter made famous by Bret Hart. Arm drag takedown. We're up to 15 seconds and guys are still fighting outside the ring. The Hitman, pile driver on the steel chair, just completely lays out Mr. Stoic. He might be dead out there. Bret Hart gets rolled back in. He might have beaten the count to officially get a win. The champs don't need a win. A double DQ would have held on to these titles, but what a finish. So yeah, ring out the wily, crafty, legendary, veteran, Bret the Hitman Hart. Keeps the action going outside, probably kills Eddie Owens with that pile driver onto the steel chair. Needless to say, doctors are going to be looking at him. And then, like I say, a draw would have been fine. A draw, a double DQ, a double countout would have been, a title defense. The Syndicate, the Sharpshooter Syndicate didn't need to get back in the ring, but it looked like Bret Hart narrowly beat the count by a half a second, fraction of a second, to get the bragging rights of, we didn't just get a cheap, cheap ass, no decision or whatever. That was a victory for Sharpshooter Syndicate. Punctuating, again, their hold on this title emphatically. Still, dramatic fight wrestling. Tag team champions. The Canadian members of Sharpshooter Syndicate.